Huh. To be honest, I never actually watch or know anything about Stranger Things. This is completely new to me. It's gonna be completely new to me, so hi. Newsflash, um, I had a stomachache. I am still feeling bad about the stomachache, so you'll have to apologize if I sound low energy. Alright? I don't know how long this stream will last. I think about 8 hours, 20-hour stops. I don't want to like go in like for long. I want to educate myself. I mean, I say that a lot, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Anyway. What's this? Gushing collection. Oh, sir, I saw that. Anyway. So I got this game because a Russian viewer said like, you know what, you should play this. I think it was when the sale was up. So I picked it up because it did seem like Stranger Things. And I've seen so much stuff from Stranger Things in like Twitter and all that. And I thought, you know what? Sure, I must just give it a try. I'm completely new to whatever Stranger Things is. I know this is not Stranger Things, but it feels kind of like it. Anyway. It's also Russian. So yeah. I should drink more water. I'll have my Coca-Cola on the side. Just help me to hydrate a little bit. Whoa, what was that? Ah, it feels like a 90s neighborhood. Alright. All comes Riverwood with chilling winds and the first drizzle. Thick mist obscures the narrow streets, clicking on the rooftops, tangled the bushes and strewn around the fields. Fog and murky blackness suit the peculiar suburb, nestled amidst the forests and mountains. The clean, quiet place, waiting for winter. Now I ask myself, is this America or Russia? As the evening wears on, the town's wrapped in thickening twilight, and a few streetlights serving the solitary islands of illumination in an ocean of darkness. That's a very poetic say that it's almost night. On one such evening, ordinary and cold, 4 teenagers are strolling around the old park, engrossed in a lively discussion. First fallen leaves rustle on the fruit. Wind reaches the trees, their branches grow into a long but deep creek. They're lamenting the loss of their motley attire. Two of the teenagers, a tall boy and a fair-haired girl, walk hand in hand. Their friend carefully hops from one pace lap to the next, balancing a through the bottomless chasm my yawn open beneath them. Quiet, stooping boy in glasses trails behind them. That must be the nerd, casting glasses at the road. Ahead, the street splits in two, then veers sharply towards the wasteland. And I don't mean nerd in a bad way, it's like the nerdy guy. Just a half century before, a tiny school stood there. Now, only buried in the animal foundation, and heaps of broken bricks choking stubborn vines remain to be remind them of their erstwhile existence. Are you gonna go to the abandoned school? I don't think it's a good idea. Year by year, students have taken up that path, carrying with them their thoughts and fears, high hopes and grand dreams, from tough exams and first crushes to bully spunks to the head of sleepy yearnings to the star player of a local team. Going on to gold, summer green, like beneath snowdrifts. Your wood will never forget them, just as they never forget their own town and its secrets. The older a place grows, the more mystery city blows away. Basically, a town with a mystery. What's next? We're gonna take these Scooby-Doos around in the corner? One of the girls sleeps in the sort of blur light cast by the old street lamp.
Ain't gonna catch me.
Oh, thank God this was acting. Like, I was not expecting I was expecting that I was gonna like talk and voice act everyone. Thank God I have not. I don't have the need to do that. So we have the energetic girl, the quiet shy nerdy kid, the dog, or the normal kid, and why is he so bored? Eva wipes out shiny webs on the cardigan. Kills camera threads on she can perceive. She glances at the overgrown bushes, which have long since forgotten the tender care of the guardian shears. This place is in disarray, I guess.
No time tonight, besties.
Little girl stops, coughs at her friend's silly gestures.
If Brian was as agile as you, we wouldn't have been stuck in school after dark. The chemistry room's never been so tidy.
Yeesh, you sound really, really off. You sound really, really annoyed for some reason. She wiggles her fingers to demonstrate her palm red and wrinkled from the hot water.
It's not my fault Mrs. Hopstone didn't save enough teeth to avoid spitting and lisping. Besides, she should have explained it better. The bottle must have been left open.
Actually, she explained just fine, but you still put 3 chlorine tablets in the rubbing alcohol instead of 1. Surprise, surprise, the reaction was extreme.
Oh, so you fucked up. That's normal. Everyone fucks up a little, at least once.
Yeah, that bang was something else. I left your still ringing.
This wind just chemistry class. Okay, can you create explosions there? That sounds kinda cool. Eva stops, hovering a faint halo of light and nods. She's never been reprimanded at school before today. Sure, she would have been way more upset if she hadn't been Brian's fault, but still. It's just another adventure. Something her and her friends will laugh about one day. And a happy memory is worth more than any reprimand. I like that type of thinking. Especially when you're young, you don't realize how those experiences back then are gonna be like, yeah, I did that. That was cool. I have my own. I have forgotten so many. I really have forgotten so many experiences in my school. I mean, I didn't share experiences in my school with someone because I was mostly alone. Well, not until later, but I don't have recollection of a friend anymore. Jeez, it's sad. Especially when her friends probably forget about it by tomorrow.
Alright, alright.
He raises his hands apologetically.
Next time we team up, I won't lay you down. I'll put it in 2 chlorine tablets.
He said 1 chlorine tablet, man. The group passes a row of houses and similar to another, as is ever possible as a suburb. Time-worn houses' window glow faintly to sepia tones, as though the light itself has aged and cannot disperse the deepening darkness. This game really loves saying darkness a lot. Buildings they pass seem to contend with religious neglect. Every other resident would be considered eccentric in any other town. For instance, Great Bone has leaned on a rusty mower of his front stoop instead of decaying for 2 decades. What is Great Bone? While the duplex across the road still bears the scars of a long-forgotten fire. His windows are boarded up, even during the day, he has a miserable look. Teens keep their distance.
Oh, Miss Harvitz's house.
Oh, that is a weird cat house. Those real? No, that's not real cats. They were like those dolls. The gloomy old lady has knitted yet another pea-shaped cat out proudly spaded in the terrace, thus expanding her ugly army. Oh, well, at least Grandma has a hobby.
Right, you had a cup of tea together. Did Baby Tony apologize?
Once, Eva's brother has filched one of the cats and taken it home. When their parents had called any attention to it, she had explained to them that taking other people's belongings without permission was wrong.
No, I was the one to apologize. Miss Harvitz didn't say a word. She only gave us a cold stare and sniffed loudly. She scared poor Tony so much that he couldn't fall asleep for half a night.
I guess she got really upset and wanted to give that guy a scare.
You have such a giving heart when it comes to your brother. You might be raising a hell of a night. Why in the world would he want to snatch a cat, though?
Curiosity? I mean, they kind of look kind of weird.
He was just a little kid. He came, he saw, he took it home.
That basically shoplifting. Oh, I mean, that's just stealing. There's no need to tell her friend that Tony had intended to give Eva the cat. He knew she wanted that pet more than anything in the world. He thought he could cheer her up with at least one toy one. Never taken anything that didn't belong to him before, out of the fear of getting caught and punished. He simply found stealing shameful. Only would Supergina with his breakfast and steal something for someone weaker than him. No doubt that kind of attitude will make the school harder for him, but such is his nature. Contemplating her brother's heart of gold, Eva smiled softly. That's my Mr. Harvest's terrace, curiosity eyeing her odd dolls. Twilight makes the cat's silhouettes look eerie. I'll put a nice glimmer in the fading light. No secrets that have been buried too long. What have you looked, Mr. Whiskers? Tell me all your secrets. Did someone piss on you? I jest.
If I go crazy one day, I'm gonna definitely buy a nice crib close to the park. The neighbors here match me perfectly.
Yeah, I can't stare at this street. It's like it's lost in time and space. How about we head through the square?
Protests. Should lead them outward. So we to the nearest ally. Alley, not ally. The wind burst through the narrow walkways. The air with the stench of raw wooden planks and rotten garbage. The houses in the alley look at being copied and pasted. They were likely being built at the same time to house factory workers. The only thing that differs is the light of the windows, on and off, making clear whose shift it is tonight. 2 Christmases before, Ryan got beaten up here. Well, that's a bombshell to drop. Some high school students apparently didn't appreciate his sharp tongue. They shoved in the snow blanket and packed snow under his sweater. The most humiliating part was the neighbor kicking them out all out. She came out of the doorstep with one of Ryan's classmates, a cute but overly chattered girl. By the very next day, the whole school had heard a story about him shaking snow out of his pants and whipping like a puppy. Ooh. He would have preferred being rolled into a giant snowman and left there, but didn't like that little swing. I mean, being caught in the snowman is no good. You're gonna get to catch a cold too. Brian adjusts the backpack full of baseball equipment, which just scrolls down his shoulder and walks up to Ashley.
I'm so fed up with this stupid school. All these teachers, homework, tests.
But the year just started.
Someone kinda had studied.
It only makes you want to study even less. There's nothing worse than coming back to school after summer.
He jumps over a puddle and takes Ashley's hand.
It's like wearing old trainers you've already grown out of. Can't wait for college. When I start working, I'll buy real catcher's gear. Or at least a better glove.
Ah, he wants to be a sportsman. It's bounced in her for Friday's practice session. The equipment donated to their team left much to be desired.
Better buy Slugger straight away. That'll pay off much sooner. Best case scenario, you can be a bouncer at a bar.
A bar sounds cool, although I've never been into a bar. I am not much of a nightlife stuff. I know some people like it. I know some people enjoy bars. Me, I'd rather be in my crib, playing cards. She laughs at his childish. Ryan doesn't get the complexity of the war at all.
Dad says a good job like his is hard to find without higher education.
Sadly, that's true. Ashley grabs her Leo zodiac pendant. It's a nervous habit, something she does whenever she says something important. It calms her. Why? I mean, you're just stating facts. There's nothing to be nervous about.
College is just another place to study.
It's another prison when you think about it.
This world's too cruel. Illness, starvation, school.
The fact you put school there. Not surprised.
I like school though.
Michael tries to squeeze the conversation. All along he's trailing on behind the others. Glances suspiciously at parked pickups as by bite. They get up with his friends as he noticed 2 slits in the old Ford. Oh, well, nobody stares back at him. Could have sworn that his hoarse, colloquial whisper. Their gobbled words sat on his skin like windshield fragments, making his chest constrict and his ribs were blinking. Okay, dude, calm down. every breath paying him like his lungs were pulling with blood. You have an active imagination. Then a light has flashed over one of the doorsteps, dispersing the blackness. Only four seats were empty again. The strange vision turned into nothing but a local floor mill uniform hanging from a grab handle. Michael wipes the sweat from his forehead and is careful to his friends.
Of course. I'd love school too if I had your scores, Mikey.
Exactly.
Dude, you seem like you've seen some serious shit. Calm down. It's just in your mind, dude. Agreed. Brian squeezes Ash's hand.
Maybe I should wear glasses too. Sounds like homework doesn't look so boring through them.
No, glasses just makes you watch things better. Although some women do like glasses. And some women look better in glasses. You know what? Never mind. Forgot to say anything. They walk by the Murdochs' front garden, under a steep flooded with pink, blue, neon storm lights.
You better stop complaining. We only have 3 years of school left. Just imagine. Life's gonna be completely different afterward. We might even lose touch.
He's kinda realistic about that. In my case, I never was too close to my classmates. I do remember getting close to my teacher, my English teacher. He's still at school. I sometimes get the desire to visit him and say hi, but without a job, I feel embarrassed to just go there. That was serious. To Eva, the idea of moving away feels like teleporting to a familiar planet. So many people, places, and interesting stories. She hasn't even fully explored Riverwood yet. In her mind, the town's old house and old residence still harbors so many secrets. Enigmatic and dark. Yeah. Rule. Advice for you, little lady. There's some things that don't need to be discovered that much. In comparison, some unknown huge city feels abundant as well. Impossible to fully drain even if you had 100 years. In a future like that, it would be hard to make time for anything from the past. But she doesn't plan to forget her loved ones forever.
If friendship's real, distance means nothing. My dad calls his friends from other states every single day.
That is also true. In fact, I guess now with the internet, you can say hi to your friends every now and then. You can do it every day. Sometimes you just don't feel like to. I guess. Call your friends. Sometimes people want you to say hi. Instead of that, they mainly have business conversations and argue often. But I need to know that. Mind, her parents are role models everyone should strive to imitate, which is her and her brother. There's a single family in their entire town happier and more close-knit than Ashley's. And that's nothing but the truth. So she's kinda protecting herself. Her family is... I can read through the lines.
Well, a couple of cornfields and state borders ain't enough to break you up.
What the hell do Ashley's dad and your love and cornfields have in common? Look around.
I mean, he's trying to jest, you know? He stops and points toward the house that's swaying in the darkness.
Is there anything really happening up here? Krug Jim driving his tractor into a ravine was practically the only breaking news here in 6 months.
A death? It's something that... I mean, it is news. Morbid news, but news nonetheless, I guess. I guess this village is kind of boring from that perspective, huh? Anyway.
Well, adulthood is a real challenge. People grow up, then they start to feel sorry that time flew by so fast, and they want to experience school life again.
Now, I'd rather just experience life on my own. I like observing things. I like seeing how other people live. I guess that's what I just really like. Just being an observer. She pauses, searching for the right words. Quoting someone else is one thing, but she will soon regret by those bygone days herself. After all, Eva recalls her early childhood with nostalgic warmth. Back then, every little thing felt like was brilliant with wonder. No adults, no longer sorcerer's princess or travel from fairy well land. A toy story is a piece of plastic. A blanket no longer serves as a battlefield for alien creatures. Now a blanket just serves to keep yourself warm. And it's comfy. Making stories up for others is simple. But how are you supposed to fix yourself? Maybe the older you get, the duller and more colorful the world becomes. That's if you lose sight of what you really like. I feel glad that I haven't lost sight of what makes me me, I guess. I'm still kinda idiotic in a way, but I'm still kinda good-hearted.
It's like going back to a fairy tale you weren't grateful enough for earlier.
Oh, she actually coined that correctly.
They're just nice words, nothing more. Bring adults back to the textbooks, and they'll howl all day. I don't remember any fairy tales where the characters were forced to read Walt Whitman's poetry. What about you, Michael?
Who the hell's Walt Whitman? A legendary 19th century American poet who celebrated freedom, nature, and lives of ordinary people. There's no his collection Leaves of Grass. Something that I wondered about the expression like visual novels that leave quotes for other work, and honestly, I do kind of like it. So there are so many things I do not know about. It happened also with Little Bunny. I like that.
Me neither.
Oh, sorry. Something fell down. The friends stroll from one store to the next, looking at fickling signs. Up close, they no longer seem bright or cheerful. They look rather ramshackle, out of place in a depleted suburb. Mama's hands. Oh, this is an arcade!
Let's go home, okay? Dad's on a shift today, but if he comes back to grab a bite to eat and I ain't there...
Yeah, I understand. Brian scratches his neck and sticks his tongue. Ashley laughs and punches him in the shoulder. Michael, trying behind everyone, suddenly stops and looks at the only sign that still sparkles and brightly cheerfully as day was hung.
The arcade's open! I doubt there's anyone there this late. We can play Ass Fighter.
You mean Street Fighter? Pretty calm and quiet, he now blossoms. Behind thick glasses, his eyes shine with passion. Ah, game guy. I think I'm gonna like this dude.
Totally. No stupid helpers, suckers, or high school jerks.
What about the time though? Boys lean against a dusty window, as happy as they're meeting their idols. Hey, I mean, it's a Street Fighter. I mean, who wouldn't want to play Street Fighter? The girls only snorted in irritation. Shut up!
What? Suddenly you're not gonna run back to your crib to avoid daddy's shellacking?
Street Fighter first.
I'll risk it. There's always a chance that'll kick you in the head. But the chance to throw I do get is not waiting in a freaking line for the game. Now that's rare.
I kinda like this guy too. He's like, yeah, I might get my ass kicked, but Street Fighter. I should practice Street Fighter. Okay, so I don't know who's gonna listen to this, but I want to sign up to a Street Fighter event that is gonna make by Koyuru-san. I think I have to learn how to do Marisa and Zangief, but I do want to participate. Like, I never actually participated in big events. I mean, I participated once, but a long time ago. That's how I became friends with Zero, and I think later Animal Man. No, wait, Animal Man was my friend before that event. So yeah, I want to change my pace a little bit.
It takes so little to make them happy, doesn't it?
Hey! We enjoy our games, okay? Ashley Glasses are a friend.
Let him play. By the way, did you hear about the arcade machine that appears in the hall by itself?
Ah, great, rumors. Ashley rolls his eyes. Eva's fantasies and reality have little in common. What? She's a dreamer. I'm pretty sure she can be like a good writer in the future. Her friend refuses to grow up. In her world, even a tattered old shoe might open his jaw and spin some ridiculous yarn. And that's why Ashley adores Eva. She's incredibly different from Ashley's overly rational parents. And from Ashley too. With her, getting bored is an impossible mission. In their board locked in a mini basement. Eva still managed to discover something fascinating there. She put Ashley in and get her into trouble again. Thinking about it later. This is a really interesting group. They have an interesting dynamic. The imaginary one, the rational girl, the nerd and the cool. Well, I don't know if you're cool though, but yeah, it's like an interesting dynamic. But Eva doesn't need to know that. It's not like anyone can stop her anyway.
You start playing and can't stop. The game never ends. It's impossible. But you try over and over again, forgetting about eating or even going to the bathroom. Over and over again, not thinking of your parents and friends. Over and over again until...
That's just Monster Hunter.
Until you run out of your allowance, can't afford breakfast, and stay hungry for the rest of the week because you're dumb.
Okay, I had to chuckle to that. It's like, yeah. I could be away from glasses, just lopsided glasses.
Well, that doesn't sound so scary if you got no allowance to begin with. Wanna go in or what?
What do you mean you have no allowance to begin with?
Gosh, they're looking at us like dogs staring at a steak.
Ashley waves his hand in authoritatively.
It's creepy to go home when it's so dark out. But if you win 100 tickets, me and Eva are gonna pick a prize.
Ah yes, back then when arcades have tickets and prizes. God, that was such a good motivator. I remember I have a faint memory of going to an arcade once, and there were tickets. I think there was House of the Dead 2 and Street Fighter, of course, but I don't know what's the Street Fighter Alpha. But yeah, I did enjoy my time, especially House of the Dead 2. I guess that's where I started to like those type of rail shooters and type of like horror style shooters. That's why I never get scared of Resident Evil, because it kind of reminds me of House of the Dead. What happened to arcade machines, man? The generation that loved those things might kind of like died down a little bit, or they're busy with life. I feel that I am like a chronicler of an old age. Act 2. Wait, Act 2 already? This is room somewhat stuffy, permeated with a stench of hot plastic, and successfully covered with pungent berry air fresheners.
Smells like wasted time.
Shut up! It's good fun. It's good fun time. Back to the Future? AC/DC. Is that a game poo? Ew, don't call it that. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I just had to take my time to enjoy this. What the hell is this about?
As if. The shack smells nothing like school.
Glamour screensavers and demo walkthroughs bound to be terrible company. No wonder it's so cashier chilling himself with his set of easy cushioned headphones. The walls are plastered with posters and promotional flyers and sort of paper trash. That's not paper trash, those are actually good posters. Movie posters, posters for albums. Back then I had this desire to post albums in my room, but then I realized, oh, they're gonna fall down eventually and they break down. Ever since then, I didn't post a picture of that anymore. I had a Spider-Man. You know the Spider-Man the movie, the first one with Tobey Maguire? I had one poster about that. But it started breaking down. I didn't realize. Yeah, it sounds like a hassle to like take out the masking tape and yeah. But one ad stands out. If the record, you can win tickets by exchanging for prices. Such generosity was easy to explain. At the start of school year, kids have been more cash in their pockets than usual. The cash grab. There's no one inside at the cashier. The floor is purple with trash, from clumping soda cans to chocolate bar wrappers. The arcade closed in 30 minutes. Local kids can only hang out these hours in the summer. The house packed with all sorts of arcade machines, each name being glowing invitingly. If the characters deliberately fall into different levels flash on the screens over and over. Monkey. Hey, that's Donkey Kong! The boys are searching for the most interesting game. Donkey Kong. Oh, that is Space Invaders. Why play Donkey Kong? Then again, I think I was better than Space Invaders. Oh wait, no, that's Galagala. I kind of confused that. It was one of the most famous games. Now this better arcade cabinet used only while the others are busy over a couple of truly insane nerds try and failed to break records. Someone named Lily the Rat once or twice a month. Street Fighter, the best game the house ever seen. You are you cannot even say that. Wait. You can't say Hadouken, but you cannot say Ryu and Ken. What? Why? Ready to jump at each other. The floor around the arcade machines is barely polished, worn down by students' sneakers. Yeah, I guess this game is the one that's popular. Donkey Kong. An arcade golden oldie. This game machine is ancient in poor condition. The sign barely flickers anymore. One of the buttons is cracked. They don't maintain this shit anymore. Like, I do appreciate when like there's some good old people and fanatics of arcades that really do maintenance to this type of stuff.
It's over here.
Huh? Temporary out order. No cashier cannot fix it. It hasn't been wrecked by way someone in time or neighbors have. Even so, the buttons and plastic cash casing bears scuffs, cracks, and garbage markers left by the countless kids' hands. Worst of all, instead of some pretty music, the machine is emitting only hoarse wheeze, like an old man swallowing the curious throat instead of pushing a death rattle out of his rusty lungs. A piece of cardboard blurred inscriptions struck in the screen. Temporarily out of order. No cashier cannot fix it.
God, where is your justice?
Well, you have to ask God directly. If you ask God directly, God would just like put you in hold and maybe tell you the God angel secretary, sir, come back with your debt or something like that.
Who's the god of computer nerds? The monkey holding the barrel?
No, that would be... Who would be the god of computers? Let's not make up mythology here, lady. But God grumbles something in response, and Michael just shrugs.
A technician's coming, but I'll tell at least next Tuesday. Say I'll need to choose some other game. Try Road Blasters. It's the freshest here.
Road Blasters? Cashier points at a brand new carrying game playing a car blowing up and running fear pixelated the cloud.
Dang it!
Michael's voice trembles. He still lives in saying betrays such emotion. Brian has his back.
What else have you got, other than cars?
All that in a bag of chips. If you're ranking the top 5 of Pumpkin Man, I'll give you a double price.
Pumpkin Man? He nods towards the counter. Why do you look so bored, man? Can you just like... There's a Game Boy Advance down... A Game Boy Color... Game Boy Advance? There's a Game Boy Advance down there! Pop it up and just play Pokemon or something!
No one really plays this trash. We've got a real shot at setting a record.
Never say that. You try that, then you lose, you'll feel very disappointed with yourself. Hello, kitty cat. A great cat lounging in a chair next to the machine catches girl's attention. 4 letters shine in the great color. Lucy.
So sweet!
Cat. The cat flattens her ears and grumbles.
I bet you $5 she doesn't remember how clean hands with no cheese ball dust on feel.
I mean... You know what? You got a point there, ladies.
She kinda looks like the cat Mom was trying to paint last month.
She does look like a nice looking cat.
Let me guess. The cat in the painting had mandibles and a pair of tentacles.
What?
I wish she was just in the background. Mom paints people. You know how it is.
It does sound like she's like a run-of-the-mill common artist. As she knows. She wishes she didn't, though. Those paintings are why she first invited Eva over rather than visiting her. Well, what are reasons, anyway? Had a slumber party in Eva's place twice. Both nights. Actually be played by nightmares. Is it like a horror house there? The root cause was a few masterpieces Eva's mom considered her favorites. Compared to those monstrosities, plain old horror movies are practically bright, cheery cartoons. What the hell was she drawing? Oh, it's Pac-Man. Meanwhile, the balls approach the coin-operated Pumpkin Man machine. Instead of usual Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, A bright orange pumpkin flying around half levels, eating licorice candies. Wait. So you can say Pac-Man, but you cannot say Pac-Man machine. There's no copyright claim here. It's like, you just say Pac-Man, you said S-Fighter, you say Hadouken. You can just call the guy Ryu and Ken instead of Q and Red. Like, what the hell, man? Also, hi, Shiki. This place sears the ears with poisonous shades of magically bloods chase the voracious pumpkin. That's no pumpkin. Oh shit, it is a pumpkin. Oh, come on, Pac-Man is Pac-Man public domain, by the way? I don't know, Pac-Man's a public domain.
What you think? Are these ghosts?
Why do ghosts need a gun? Michael Pierce had a sign.
Here's a hunter shooting the pumpkin with a shotgun.
Does that look like a motherfucking hunter to you? I mean, it's a gun, but everyone can use a gun, and you know what, that's sad.
They're restless hunter souls then.
Well, someone else put it out correctly.
Awesome. Let them catch the pumpkin. Then everyone's happy. The hunters are safe in their graves, and we're home.
Jeez, someone really wants to leave fast, huh? Brian decided to throw some toys in the bucket and search them. Ah, the good old arcades. Don't you just miss those times in which that you just went out of school, and if you knew an arcade nearby, you just went there to spend the coins just to play Street Fighter and a goof around. Back then, if I had like more pocket change, I would just like go to a place I knew there was arcade machines and play House to Death. Yeah, those were good times. I remember there was a VR machine in one of the arcades like I kind of frequented. I still remember the demo song. It's getting ready by head. God damn it, it was such an earworm. I never actually anyway played like DDR. It was too complicated for me. I prefer like there was like one game about like Area 51. I think there was all one about Jurassic Park. That was good fun. Maybe that's why I like the Dino Crisis shooting segment, because hey, this reminds me of Jurassic Park, the shooting game. Good times. The coins clear to the machine's metal innards and settle in the stomach. The maze dissolves into pixels and arranges itself in the first level. Scores speckled with candies, and the ghosts begin turning ravenously around the cage. Okay, to reveal, why do you serve 3? Doesn't it cost 1 only?
Back home? With no prize. I ain't leaving until we empty out the prize counter.
Great words for a young man! The cashier shudders at the thought.
We close in half an hour.
There. Brian winks at Michael.
Then he's gonna have 15 minutes left over to cry over his empty counter.
Wow, hey, someone has an ego. Wait, do I have to control this? Oh, I have to control it. Huh. Then again, I was never that good at Pac-Man, so... Press any key.
To the left!
This time.
Come on! You're doing fine!
Wrong way!
What do you mean wrong way?
To the left!
God, he's such a bossy. Also, this is far easier because they're putting so many power-up pellets around here.
To the left! Wrong way!
What do you mean wrong way? I'm doing fine. Just ignore them. Not bad. What's it about? Okay, so Pig Noise is basically a visual novel that feels like Stranger Things. So I just started like the story, and it seems that this is a town that is kind of boring at first, but I haven't seen the horror part yet, or like the mystery part yet. I think it gets really, really, really dark later. But for now, I just enjoy Pac-Man. I'm just musing about things about my youth, because there were some parts in this dialogue that really remind you that, yeah, back then it was good times, sometimes hard times, but it was good times. How about you? How's your day going? There was a period of horror part, guaranteed. Huh! What, you don't like horror? Or you cannot stomach it? I mean, then again, I don't know. I guess people really cannot stand horror. For me, it's like, meh. The true horror is missing drop parts in Monster Hunter. Now that's horror.
To the left! Wrong way!
Oh god.
To the left!
Well, that was my mistake. One thing I noticed about Russian visual novels that they put little mini games inside.
Dang it! They got you cornered!
Not on my watch.
Wrong way!
Be fine. I think. Kinda risky right now.
To the left!
God, I carried to the left already. I am not that good with Pac-Man, by the way. All or nothing. Oh, this is the classical Pac-Man setup.
Wrong way!
It's fine, it's fine.
This time. This time.
Gotta leave.
To the left!
Oh, Jesus.
Wrong way! To the left!
Almost there. I don't like this position. It's gonna corner me. Oh! No. Okay. Okay, don't screw up.
Mr. Candy!
Doesn't matter. But is it fine? How was your day? I was stuck with a stomachache. I got better. And now I'm here. Man. I don't remember this being as hard as I remembered. Pumpkin gobbles the last candy, and later word flows up the screen. Michael and Brian are at the top. No ways anyone's beat that anytime soon. It's the kind of thing they would boast at school, but Michael's can't help but feel genuine pride in himself and his friend. I mean, yeah, when you go to the arcade and you just get high score back then, like, damn, bro, you're cool. Ah, good times. You can see this game is set up like in the good old 80s and 90s. Hey, there's a Han Solo poster back then. There's also, look, there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle here. But seem more excited about making the most of the coin, every coin that he spent.
Dang! Look how many we've got!
She starts to print out the secret tickets. 10, 20, 50, 100. The boys stare at the treasurer's jaws agape. They can imagine what they reward. Actually can't stay long though, so we're taking off a few minutes. Yeah, me too. This stream is gonna be that long because I do want to rest because I'm not completely 100% healed. I guess we have 1 more hour to go. Ah, shit. Door busts open to reveal Big Peter standing at the threshold. He's the high schooler, way too tall and way too stupid. The missing image of a t-shirt stares at the world through its every school sockets. Of all the bad guys to bully elementary schoolers because the most persistent and vindictive. If you fight back, you must find a way to get even. Get better soon, man. I'm fine. Look in the alleyways with his bodies and sneak in your yard after dark, break your bike or windows.
Hey, assholes!
Ah, shit. So I saw punch Michael and Brian.
Bros are gonna shit their pants when I tell them I'm two chicks disguised as boys. We're playing some shitty pumpkin adventure instead of S-Fighter.
The machine is kind of broken right now, but dude. Watch the glasses back in place. His ears ringing. On this stupid question on Peter's face, I've seen a score and makes them for all pain and sadness.
What the hell? What's wrong with this machine?
It's called reading, Pete. You should try it sometime. Then you would know S5 is broken.
Dude, do something! You're the adult here. The cashier sitting at the desk just looks at him differently. You asshole! Peter's eyes flash with rage. He pushes the machine, turns to the boys, drinking tobacco and sour sweat.
What you holding for, eyes?
He'll take a step back to his rubber chair. Brian cushes his jaw. He never once wanted to see that ugly mug anywhere but school. How did this jerk find them? We call that bad coincidence. It sucks.
Listen up, lovebirds. Give me the tickets, and I'll forget what baby Brian said in his shitty little mouth.
Up yours! Those are mine! Waiting for a reply, Chris snatches the tickets and tries to wrench them out of Michael's hands. The friends have no time to think. They have to fight back to surrender. Fuck up, dude. This isn't mine. Oh, I should save.
We won our tickets fair.
I should save this. I do love the UI. Do you see that? It feels like a movie. Somewhat. Like those films that were in like the VHS. That feels good. Michael nods and takes it forward. Yeah, stand up. 2 versus 1, buddy. A friend in front of them is not pixelated licorice candy, but a judgmental giant. And Michael's a Harley unconsuming pumpkin. He never let Brian face the menace alone. Rory, Peter tries to punch Michael in the stomach and misses. What the fuck? He just vaporized! Dude, I think you're just missing a body. I don't know what type of like kung fu technique is that, Brian, but I haven't seen any kung fu technique or like grab technique that deletes the opponent's body like that. You actually sound twisted so hard the high schooler evaporates. Oh, Jesus. Outraged, Ashley gives his friend's side and pushes Peter back as hard as he can. The bully falls back, hitting his shoulder against a heavy arcade machine. Hard.
Don't touch my friend, douchebag!
Oh, nice assist. As Ashley steps to defend the boys, Eva runs to the cashier and yells something, pointing at the phone and then Peter. The cashier immediately gets up, picks the phone, raises it above his head. He doesn't care the slightest if someone gets beaten up. He just feds up with all the yelling, and more importantly, the teens have nearly bought an expensive machine.
Alright, kids, calm down. I'm gonna call the police if y'all don't stop right now.
Peter gets up, snatches most of the tickets out of Michael's hands. Stops to wait at the door. Standing in the threshold, he turns back and shouts.
See you at school, winners!
Michael had chucked in only just 8 crumpled tickets. They can't even get him a cheap keychain, but they're out of money. So they just shuffle out the cashier. Ashley's foamy. Psychos like Peter should be kept separate from regular people. His parents could only knock and he says to him, Ashley's older brother might do the job. I wouldn't take much convincing him either. What kind of connection you have, lady? You can't let them make fun of you when they're not broken. A horse longer work, a couple of good old punches it will. That's what Dad always says. I mean, you can back up those words and those punches, yes. Yes, I know violence is not the solution many times, but sometimes you have to defend yourself. She reaches her chin and coldly accuses the cashier.
Why'd you just stand by while that bruiser beating threatened us?
Yeah, what's up with you, man? I'm perturbed. The cashier always serves confidently. It's just business as usual.
What's the point of getting involved in some kids fight? Boys should grow up, make their own decisions, and stand up for themselves. Like you, apparently.
Ha! Wait. Game pod. The VHS. This is boring. I don't know. That's a cue ball. That's an 8-ball, right? Bag of chips. The game pod. Oh, game pod. But there's no games in it, right? What? Why the hell would I pick this up? I want to pick the game pod. Game pod. 10. Oh, son of a bitch. 10,000. The best price ever. The boys' whitest ring. I wonder how long we had to play to win this many tickets. Judging by how many tickets you won in Pac-Man, about 100 more times. That kind of evens out. 1986 Cops baseball card set, 40 winning tickets. The card's price has slumped since everyone's rushed to buy them a few years back, hoping to sell them at a profit later, even if they aren't interested in sports. Give it 20 years, man. Give it 20 years. Brian's personal collection is only missing the 1980s and 84 cents. You'd love this. You. 35. I could have a hard puzzle. Michael loves stuff like that. He'll probably solve it in 15 minutes. Magic Ball, 50 winning tickets. And Magic Ball. Ashley will love this toy, and she believes in fortune telling and horoscopes. Never believe in those type of shit. Who wants to leave fate to words? This all VHS tape, no price tag. Slinky, 20 winning tickets. A red Slinky. I make a golden oldie. You can perform lots of simple tricks with it. Even promise your younger brother to get it one just like this.
Well, we ain't gonna get a prize today.
Well, that amount of tickets? Hell no. The most tickets I had? God, that was... When was that? Jesus, it's barely a recollection in my brain. Because I remember winning tickets in the arcade. I was good. But not the best. So I could get something, but hey.
Tomorrow at school, Peter and his hyenas will give us so much crap that we won't sleep for a week.
Who's gonna pay for that scuffle for sure? Peter will hunt him down all week to teach him how to pay. Feels like he can't have anyone refuse to fear them. Brian's already running through how he can dodge Peter's payback. Looks so downright annoyed and hide it. Not from his friends. He ruffles his hair. That touch is worth every punch. Yeah, I know that.
We'll work it out. They're strong, but dumb. I'm proud of you guys. You didn't back down.
You always stand up. If you just like let yourself get beaten up like that, you're gonna always be getting beat up like that. Sure, building stacks and all VHS tape for the counter. Answer to Ashley.
What fire? Here, I think y'all have earned a prize.
Thanks. But I'd prefer it if you actually call the police next time, not just threaten to.
Ashley adds Heba the tape. The moment she takes the strange prize, Nicole makes him completely forgets the clash of Peter. The tape has her full attention.
I wonder what's on here.
I don't know. There's no tag.
If you find out, let me know. It's been lying around here for nearly a week.
Who left it? On Cloud 9, Eva stashes a trophy in her backpack, heads to an exit. The other follows her lead, still raving about the fight. Rule of advice, never pick up random VHSs from a random place. It's like, at least ask who left that there. A bad sign. Most of the signs are already off. Submerging the tickets, basements, and narrow alleyways in darkness. It splashes onto the square, engulfing in this blackness. Only if you pick up some locked bicycles here around. All parked at Marshall's Zeus bar. The wind sweeps over the fields. The lavender show toys with a harvest corn now moans forlornly, plunging the sorrow into melancholy. Well, that's really good poetry you got there. Winter will always change everything. Stores and bars were strung with sparkling beads or colorful lights, and the snow would smooth the wrinkles and scars of old Riverwood. The town would take a pretty cozy facade. As a kid, Michael loved strolling around there during the Christmas vacation, munching the hot pies and watching snowflakes fall through the thick windows of a coffee shop. Back then, he never noticed aging buildings, cheap concrete, or the gloomy people trying to fake a smile. In autumn, however, the suburb's flaws stand out more sharply. So unwelcoming, gray, lifeless. No wonder Eva calls it a season of ghosts. Just thinking everything is in the creeks.
Well, we're late. Granny and Grandpa will be upset.
If that's the worst that'll happen, then you may as well stay out a little later.
I'll encourage him. Ryan glares at the arcade center door. The sign above an entrance bids him farewell with a wink before switching off. Suddenly, the arcade hall looks run down. They can make up hiding imperfections. The neon lights had concealed its flaws. None of the wall seems scored out, the windows smudged and streaked. Despite the ink blackness enveloping the town square, they can finally relax. At least Speed is lurking outside when you steal whatever else they have.
That bastard left us empty-handed.
I mean, the 100 is... fair. Actually, basically, whoa!
Who cares about that jerk anyway? You kicked Peter's ass and didn't let him walk all over you. Good job!
You know what? Yeah, you deserve that. Ryan completely melts, beaming with pride. As she doesn't give enough compliments. The closer she is to someone, the more she takes jabs at them. As for Ryan, he might as well be the dartboard she never gets tired at aiming at. Attaboy! Your heart would really done him a favor.
You're right. Did you see how I twisted his palm? But try not to get into a fight to start with next time. Pete's crazy enough to hit a girl.
Also, you kind of vaporize his body. How the hell did you do that?
I doubt you'd let that happen.
No, you're safe. The guy has like a grip that can vaporize your body. I don't think you're in danger, lady. Eva drops out of the blue, tapping loudly cassettes and holding aloft.
If you're done fawning over each other, why don't we talk about your trophy? What do you think is on the tape?
Rule of advice and really, really good advice, do not open it. I don't believe in superstitions, but... yeah, like, what you... okay, I know you're curious about what's inside, you got it as a prize, but you really need to.
I really hope it's worth a while. Maybe some maniac recorded himself abusing his victims. I can't wait to make it public.
Dude! That's kinda morbid. Emboldened by the adrenaline still coursing through his veins, Michael asks Eva to give him the cassette. Yes and no. Is it licensed? So now blank days someone used to record late night talk shows and football machines. Well, the curiosity can't get the better of you. I remember having a VHS of Toy Story 1. The first one. I rewatched that movie like 3 times in VHS format. It was good. Toy Story has aged gracefully, the first ones.
It smells so weird.
Okay, then throw it out. Who knows if it has germs on it? As soon as Eva hands the tape over, Michael recoils and immediately gives it back. The stench beneath his nostrils is unbearable. All the red, gasoline, burned meat, wood varnish, scented ink. How could you tell that? Okay, you got a good nose. What are you, Wolverine? The odors piece together in the most unimaginable way, yet each still distinct.
Hey, tonight's turned out way better than I expected, but it's time to go. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
What do you mean by there's no pop? Oh, wait, that's just a saying. They cross the square and come to the town's newest and most affluent suburb. There isn't nearly as much litter lying around here as there is at the park. The residents here are relatively wealthy, streetlights glimmer all around it. The group heads to Ashley's house first, since it's closest. He boasts a large yard with plenty of space for a treehouse, a pool, and a heated shed. Oh, she has money! I see houses like that look alien in Riverwood, like jamming a few expensive implants in a row of rotten teeth. The suburb is not in a hurry to accept them. Over time, it will wrap them in a shawl of mist drizzle, engulfed in with vines and weeds. It will be years before they truly belong. For now, the house red tilted roof and still gleams. The pavement has a crack of spread fresh shoots of dog grass, and the building has not yet exactly the weight of its past years. The only light still on is the parents' bedroom upstairs, which means Ashley had to make her own dinner, have it cold.
Ash, you have an old VHS player in your shed, don't you?
Yeah, but I should have gotten rid of it after you bought that creepy Italian movie about ballerinas.
Suspiria, a cult Italian horror film by Dario Argento about ballet academy hiding common witches behind its artistic facade. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, I'm curious to watch something like that. Not because of the witches. Maybe because of the witches. Do I like witches? I guess I like witches as much as dragons. I mean, sometimes I believe they're like Japanese witches. Like, you know what? Forget it. They stop at the decorative fence. Circumstances had them buy their friends at their rifle prices. When one drunk officer waits them in Eva's bag, he has to drag her friends to the shed and give it a shot. After all, if they don't cover the cassettes secrets together tonight, they might never have another chance.
How about we check out what's on the tape?
I don't mind. Isn't it time for you to go home, though, guys?
And you answering, Brian jumps over the fence and waits for the others. The thrill of fight still hasn't worn off. He feels ready to move mountains. Adrenaline is a really wonderful drug. Michael passed the opportunity up either. That evening could have gone better. Going back home to face the silence of routine in his grandparents' house is the last thing he wants to do right now. Eva beams. Even the tape holds nothing horrifying. They'll get to spend a little more time together. Still, she can ignore the gut feeling that tape will make her skin crawl. For that reason, she declares beyond a shadow of doubt.
I wish it was always like this. You guys would normally never agree to watch horror movies.
I mean, you don't know it's a horror movie. Could be worse. Okay, these acts go way too fast. How many acts are there? Like in Little Bunny, the acts were long. As far as her friends are concerned, Ashley's shed is the best cozy place in the whole suburb. Starts there from boredom and river with strawberries on the cold winter nights. And no outsiders are allowed in. This is where Brian kissed Ashley for the first time. Where Michael first heard someone call him friend. And where Eva liked to turn off the lights, gather everyone in a circle, and tell all the moving plots and local legends. So this place is very special. Finally, they had to share the shed with Chris, Ashley's older brother. He doesn't usually interrupt. He lets his sister and her friends fool around for some time, even joins in. And that day, the shed's all theirs. The shed is filled with dated furniture, leaving out the last days, unused equipment covered in dust, plus all miscellaneous items that family are too lazy to get rid of. Oh, they have a scarecrow. Why do you have a scarecrow? You don't have crops. Ashley's family is rich enough that they don't need to sell all their old junk. So a lot of it has stuff in the shed. Please better punch it back. Someone must have thrown hatchets and darts at it. An archaic Atari Pong console. Ashley's father played as a teenager. When the controller broke long ago, so did the console itself. That's sad. That's the death of a console. On his scarecrow from Bennett's field, Ashley asked Chris to steal after Bennett's youngest daughter lost her doll. It was hard to believe, but every sort of squirrel had moved on its own. But no, someone clearly stored this shit. Antique mirror. Ashley loved looking at it and imagining she was a Disney princess. Eva would barely even glance at the mirror. She was 110% convinced that Bloody Mary would come out of it and she wasn't careful. She does really love horror stuff. The old motorcycle. About 3 years ago, before Ashley and Brian started dating, Brian settled up and drove to the creek. Ashley burst into laughter and Brian was banned from visiting Ashley's house. It seems the ban still hasn't been lifted. Wow, you created a mess. Someone's inside. But the room still holds signs of Chris's presence. Pillows are scattered all over the big rug, and the air reeks of cigarette smoke. Obviously, we're just there. If your friends had arrived earlier, they would definitely have run to him.
Is that a new console?
Michael bends over to examine the brand new console. The control seems extend control towards him violently. 3 cartridges are stuck side by side. He wants to play more than anything in the world. Even the fight with Pete and mysterious state fading in the background, he stares at his new treasure. He truly does love games. I kind of feel some kinship with him because, yeah, I do love games. Back then, in my family house, like, oh boy, there was one console and I was so ecstatic to play that Super Nintendo console. Or was it like a SNES? It had Mario Brothers. God, those were good times. I loved playing Mario Brothers back then. I really should have played it. I really should have played that. Such a good time. Brian would definitely agree to even keep me company. He's hardly played this console before. He isn't like to get our chat anytime soon. It's too good an opportunity to pass up, if the others don't mind, of course. We'll hope. Michael glances at Ashley. After all, the shed is hers, but she only stared at the console with disgust as he dug it from the grave.
That's not ours. One of Chris's new buddies must have lent him this while he's under house arrest. Maybe they're worried he'll shrivel up out of boredom like a sun-dried tomato.
Huh.
What could Chris have even done to upset your parents so bad? I don't recall you ever being under house arrest.
As looks at her friend, like she's a cute, naive little kitten. Eva, of all people, should notice how much Chris has changed. It happened fast. That way, her friend checked her parents, who, at the recent events, refused to acknowledge what's been happening with their son.
Chris committed the most vicious crime of all, disappointing our parents. Here's the deets. He ran away to another party in the middle of the night and came home totally crunk in the morning. Mom even found a bottle of pumpkin beer stuffed into his jacket pocket.
Ah.
I never guessed Chris was like that.
Actually, can't disagree. Chris has changed lately. He used to play sports. He never know of full of complete idiots who were only cool to be more like idiots, like Peter. But strangely, only Ashley seems to have noticed. She just knows her brother better than other people. He wasn't always a jerk, but something has changed him. Dragged the worst of him and jabbed everything else behind a wall of sarcasm and indifference. The more people expect from him, the less he seems to care about his own life. Michael interrupts Ashley's train of thought. He's over another console like a vulture waiting for the animal to die. It's rather funny. Yeah, I would be desperate too.
Can I play a little? Just a couple of minutes, that's all.
Come on, he's puppy-eyed. Give him what he wants. Michael has never dared even dream of touching a console before college. His grandparents don't think video games are necessary, and I tried every possible way to convince Michael of that too. He never argues or throws a fit like some ungrateful kid, but he sure is to be happy he at least had an old game console. If fate had played out differently, he would have everything. He knows that because, as a child, he considers himself the happiest kid in the world. Toys, books, comics, all he had to do was ask and it would appear. But that's something he let it pass. It's like he can rewind reality. Michael said it a while ago. Sometimes he still lets his guard down, and the murky swamp of memories comes floating back. What happened to you?
I wouldn't touch it. It's gotta be from either Sam or Bobby. And they could have pinched it from someone. I don't think you want to play with stolen stuff.
But rumor has it that her brother and the acquaintances are real douchebags. Both coming from good families, but gossip about their wicked deeds is always shining through and around town. And Chris constantly trying to squeeze into their gang, choosing them free drinks and cigarettes.
And how about we take advantage of Chris's new acquaintances and ask them to help us out with Peter?
Bad idea. Don't play with fire, man.
Solve your own problems. But speaking of Sam and Bobby, did you hear how jinns can make dreams come true? Or demons?
Never make a bargain with them. Eva easily perks up, temporarily forgetting all about cassette and the TV.
They make dreams come true, but only in a way where you really regret it. Peter might pocket our allowances every week, but
Bobby and Sam make you break into an old church and siphon off the communion wine for him. No way we're asking anybody for help.
Yeah, sounds like a bad call. Brian sharks, sells down one pillows, and jerks his head towards the TV.
But the cassette in Eva, or Chris might come back and ruin everything.
He got a point. Eva quickly obeys, inserting the cassette in the VHS player, making the friends sit in a semicircle.
It's more atmospheric this way.
I never had an actual gathering like this to watch like movies with friends. It was me on my own. Frankly, I guess Discord did help a lot. The screen blinks as they greet all friends. Somewhere beyond the shed, the wind howls, sweeping out the fields and sending the suburb a cold blast. The shed sways under pressure and groans like an old man suffering from arthritis. Shreds of plywood and insulation sprinkle down the roof. The picture begins forming on the screen. The black and gray static stripes morph into image, taking on colors and shapes. I do like the fact. One part becomes steel walls. An area changes into a decorated set of Friday night show. The rest turn into the body of a game show host wearing a striped suit jacket. Is that the devil?
Well, the evening is saved. There is a recording.
Hosts have turned, staring at the camera eyes, waiting for the director's signal to start, trying to see the audience on the side of the screen.
Hope it's not a pilot of Wheel of Fortune. I can't stand.
We show was such a Wheel of Fortune. The running static suddenly gives way to orchestrated intro song. The musician seems to have conspired to play it as badly as possible. Oh, that is bad. But dude, the flare of the screen.
It's definitely the one and only episode. They would never broadcast a show with an intro this bad.
Funny enough, I kinda like how bad it is.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, my sweet and miserable guests, to the most unique, funniest.
The celebration changes, and Sue suddenly looks less bright and cheerful. Walls have lost their false glows and bright hues. Half the spotlights go out, and those that remain are only dim. Both kids smiling. I like this effect. How did they actually make this effect?
To the most unique, funniest, and scariest show on TV.
Funny and scary. What, like Evil Death? And let's change puzzle glasses. I mean, how can you be funny and scary? I mean, you can be funny and scary. I mean, I only see the funny.
I bet my hand that this is something you've never seen before, and never see again. Sadly, I've got nothing left to bet. I ate my hand before the show.
What do you mean by that? In the background, canned laughter and applause ring out. You really need to actually upgrade your setup there, buddy. Yeah, teenagers can certainly believe their host really did the very sound we have our show. You ever saw? His speech is too dramatic. He keeps breaking into screams, choking on his cackling. Somehow, he manages to act both insanely cheerful and improbably gloomy at the same time, all depending on the angle the producer chooses.
We should have caught up with Peter and given him the cassette. He'd never mess with us again after seeing this. He'd think we were complete psychos who might stab him in the school locker room. Would anyone sober record this bullshit?
You would not believe how many people will be actually willing to record this and post it on YouTube.
Well, I like it. Never heard of the show. It looks unusual. Why don't we just give it a try?
And what's the title? Michael O'Brien nod, staring intently into the flickering screen. The host, as if waiting for the verdict, steps back to the camera, holds his hands out by the gesture.
So come on! Take a seat, the broken and prideful.
The shot changes.
The reserved and those embracing everything new.
The shot changes.
The brave, cowardly, independent and free. Get comfortable. Enjoy!
The skin ripples. Both voice levels and deepens. Sounds awful, as many members see their filled with soil.
Yourself.
What do you mean by that? The picture resolves in a rippled black-white mess and triple crack. Burst out from the speakers.
And that's enough for today.
What if there's more? Who'd spoil the whole cassette to record such a short clip?
That's fair. But gets up from below, goes to the VHS player to fast forward a bit. Her hands are already outstretched when the beep speeds up. Boom of the bass. Suddenly the beep sounds subdued, steady hum and noise from the speakers. But freezes, hearing the screen.
How's he doing it?
Huh? No one answers. I mean, a good editor does wonders. What are you so shocked, lady? I mean, have you seen editing before? You can get editing really good software with, I don't know what I'm saying. Listen, if you become a YouTube video maker, you gotta know how to do this type of stuff. Why do I read it for her? It's like, oh, you wanna know a secret? Just become a YouTube content creator. A noise poured out the speakers of all sounds. There is a hissing, cracking, or howling anymore. It's knocking. At first, it is monotonous, but knocking soon speeds up. It fills their eardrums like an old alarm clock versus rattling every morning. Eva shakes her head to drive away the nightmare's vision and rubs her face with her palms. But the knocking's still there. Eva knows what's making it. A branch from the old hazel tree her father has been threatened and cut down 2 years. It must have, once again, got its gnarled fingers caught on the windowsill. It scratches the window every time the wind blows. But today, the true storm is bringing her outside. Rain lashes the window, covering the dirty spots as the hurricane-like gusts shake the hazel tree like a school bully shaking down a junior. Confused, Eva checks her bedroom. Everything looks as usual there. The table and the shelves are perfectly arranged. The bed carefully made. In the poster still hanging like a straight line, as if in a art exhibit. Eva loves it when everything's in place. Whenever her mother is overwhelmed at work, Eva and her father are responsible for cleaning the house. And the less you litter, the less you have to clean. Fancy a flower. Lucky sprang straight out of Page's fairy tale. A fan gave it to her mother in exhibition. And is growing a pot as she has made her extracurricular pottery workshop. The pot's the best, but... Oh! Give me a second. Let me drink more water. My throat's really dry. Oh, one of my screens died. I hope that fixes it. Okay. But Eva would never swap it for another one. The book Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Eva Doris and kid. Now she's reading with her younger brother. Illustrator, blah blah blah. A VHS collection. The flying mystery in the first row. Behind it are the slashers. The third row is reserved for Italian horror movies made with strange word. Giallo. Italian horror thriller films with weird visual style, mysterious killers, and elements of distinctive fiction. Hey, that seems like my jam. I like detective works, like sounds like Alan Noir stuff, but I love mafioso stories. And behind everything else, hidden in the snare case, a creepy movie necromancer is waiting for the sun to shine. Very her mother doesn't know anything about it. Necrophilia, man, what the fuck? Lady, you have some odd tastes. A feather. The parrot, Sancho, lived for 6 years. His loss was unbearable, so Eva still had one of his feathers as keepsake. At first, she couldn't handle looking at it. She burst into tears every time she saw it. A family photograph was taken the day Eva had gotten her races. Tony was tiny back then, and their parents looked happy. Her mother wasn't starting an art career yet. Back then, she cared about her family more than canvases and paints. Eva's head shoots up and she hears white steps approaching.
Tony?
Hey! The door is still standing by the door, shifting from one foot to another, holding a thick cardboard cup. The strings snake from the bottom. String rides on the floor across the hallway. Long sleeve shirt with big dinosaur was a dad's gift from him last Christmas. Since then, Tony takes it off only at bedtime and for laundry. Lately, Eva's brother always looked a little confused, although he only wandered to Eva's room by accident getting lost in his own home. Big eyes hold strange expression. She can't quite explain or describe. No matter how much he talks to him, words are never enough. Even wants more than when all his most important questions are answered, Tony just comes up with new ones.
I fixed her thread. Streaming telephone. Here. Yesterday I could barely hear anything.
Eva takes a cup and puts it on his nightstand.
It's time to go to bed, baby. When you're all set, pull the string twice and I'll read some bedtime stories for you.
Rubs his hair and Cameron runs back to his bedroom. They often talk to each other before bedtime because Tony isn't used to falling asleep alone. He has to chat with him, read magical stories, retell movies and comic plots, and he starts snoring. Silence leaves on the floor. She and Tony are already in bed, ready to listen. Eva puts the cup in her ear. Her familiar creaks and rustles from Aura's side. I do love these cup phones. There's just something magical about them.
Can you hear me, Tony?
Loud and clear. I fell asleep today. By myself. Well, I almost did. But then a huge door hit. Thunder. And something creaked in the closet, so well...
Doesn't finish. He's ashamed of his child behavior, though he does his best to look brave for Eva. But blaming him for his fears would be foolish. Of course, kids are scared when the storm's raging and thunder's crashing right outside, especially if their room is dark and windowless. It's easier for Eva. As a child, she learned to befriend her fears. She often left a bowl of milk and a handful of candy out of the case the monster was looking around her head. That is such a nice way to do it. For me, I just wondered, do I want to play Monster Hunter? The last nightmare I had was with Darth Vader in the dark stuff, and I don't remember exactly what the hell happened, but I didn't really care about that. But there was Darth Vader, man! Although I got scared of Darth Vader, it was more that there was an alligator there. Weird. It's not a monster anymore, but a little body wrapped in candy wrappers in the middle of the night. Tony isn't the same as her though, and she has to accept that.
Then close your eyes and listen. I made up a new story.
Run a routine. She wants to calm Tony down the way she used to wish her father's sweet dreams. She did cross off her mother in the kitchen so she didn't remember not to drink milk, coffee, or empty stomach.
What's the story about? Is it scary? I don't really want to hear a scary story today.
Nah, your sister has a weird fascination with those type of movies. You have no idea.
No, it's a legend about a magical arcade machine that teleports brave and obedient kids into its world of adventures.
Is there an arcade machine about Monster Hunter? For some reason, I'm in a whirlwind of thoughts and images racing through her mind and chooses that arcade machine. Or it chooses itself, as if it were alive. Pressing her mind's eye, and all its beauty. That black oil luster and two scarlet buttons. She can't present it to Tony as it is. It's to be wrapped into something brighter, lighter, and more mysterious. Her baby brother sighs with excitement.
It must be dangerous there. There are lots of monsters in games.
I mean, if you can cut their tails, break their faces, break their toenails, and carve their tails and bodies, then yeah, it's fun.
It's an adventure. It would be an adventure without monsters.
And you can make gear out of them. You just cut them up, break their faces and all that, and you get sweet, sweet loot. Just don't get addicted. No warning, someone opens the door. Muslim. Eva drops her cup and gasps. Mother enters the room. Tired, disheveled, and something to odor of solvent, paints, and coffee. Perhaps she worked too long and remembered she missed dinner. Not her dizziness, lower back pain reared up. She was complaints about that to the spot.
Didn't hear you come home. Why are you up so late?
As the cup rolled on the floor, his mother can scarcely understand what her children are up to. Well, a late night storytelling for. Why can't they just go to bed and fall asleep? Shocked every time one of them outgrows last year's clothes. Now, even now, surprise lights up her bitter eyes.
Chatting with Tony again? He needs to learn to fall asleep on his own. Tell him to brush his teeth and go to bed right now. At least I'll put these toys to good use.
You're such a downer.
Of course, Mom. Tony's almost asleep. Oh, today was so long, but cool. We cleaned up the chemistry room, then we went to the arcade center, and then I came back home.
You're gonna admit that part? Just stops abruptly. Something missing. Something crucial. But she can't remember. And judging by her wandering gaze, her mother says returning to war images, shades, and episodes of other people's lives. All captured on canvas.
You know what? You're right. Tony ought to fall asleep without my chatter tonight. Good night, Mom.
Doesn't even get a smile in return. Because her mother's emotions have been drained out of her hair like water from the shattered base. Perhaps they sit on their canvases instead, leaving not a single drop for the real life. Sad. Year after year, her work has devoured her, turning her into a completely different person.
Good night, darling. I think I'm gonna have a cup of milk and go to bed too.
Just make an egg or something. Egg and milk should be fine.
Mom going to bed? No, not her.
Eva knows her mother will go back to the workshop soon. She falls asleep under dawn, completely exhausted, next to the easel. Mother closes the door behind me. Eva picks the car for phone up and hangs in the hook her dad screwed in the wall, specifically hold it. He even touches Eva's hands where string tennis again.
Tony, go to bed. Mom just came and scolded us for chatting.
You promised me a story about an arcade machine.
Yeah, sorry about that, kid. Suddenly feels exhausted she can't find it making a simple story. The minute our yarn about the Baking Kingdom, she's stopping her years with teaching. Wait, no, I have to read it again. Not even another yarn about the brave Baking Kingdom she stopped his years with in childhood to teach him how to love healthy food. As if she's inherited part of her mother's fatigue, Eva's eyes water from drowsiness and her legs go weak. Eva doesn't want to upset Tony, but it is really late. They should have been in bed long ago. No better weather to curl up in her once he got warm, cozy blanket. But Tony isn't about to let her go that fast. For him, it isn't just rain or lightning outside. It's bloodthirsty creatures looking out beyond the walls. And only Eva's voice can keep the shadows from seeping through the air vents and the cracks that blast her. Kid, it's all over your mind, but you'll have to learn how to deal with that.
Go to bed, little one. I'll come up with 2 adventures for you tomorrow, I promise.
Wants to protest, but the offer's too tempting. Sometimes he begs her to make up new stories for his favorite characters, but he mostly listens. Those stories waiting for him the next night. Life is like a fair trade for one night's peace. Besides, the thunder has already stopped splitting the sky, and not only the rain rustling softly against the roof and grass outside.
Okay.
Sweet dreams.
She puts her cup away. Her eyes seem slightly heavy, but strange thoughts still occupy her mind. Leaning body to wear her pajamas, Eva collapsed to her bed, pressing her cheek against the pillow. Today's week was long, hard. So much happened. The outbursts in Gravity Glass, Glee, walking on River Park with friends, the shopping square, arcade center.
What was next?
blank space in her memory between the arcade center and coming back home. Random faces, Mary, beeping music, a flickering light, but it all, black and white haze. How could she forget all that? The lethargy evaporates. Eva rolls on her back, stares at the ceiling. Something else definitely happened. But the memory still keeps slipping away, getting lost. Something important happened at the game center. Speaking at her and friends at the parasite, slowly pulling them in the darkness engulfing Riverwood. Of course, the old town has been keeping its secrets for many generations. The ghost of an ancient church Eva grandmother tells her about, the cursed coin, the bodies buried in the foundation of the town hall. What the fuck? Well, those are just legends. Nobody of them has ever found out. Just needs to remember how she, Ashley, Brian, and Michael stepped into the arcade center, and then there's a sign of monster next to her. Bones growing down around nice there. Eva just manages to catch it before it falls. Rested the cup on her lips.
Tony, you're still awake?
Sickening ear please his own response. Astonished, Eva can hardly suppress the scream. Sounds like an chaotic timer art workshop attic. Mom said after the jarring sound distracted from her work every day for 3 hours. It reminds her that there's other people living in the house that she spent time with. But why wasn't she next to her baby brother? She stopped starting to the timer's room. Eva hurries to his room to check on him. Bed's empty. Eva throws up her hands. Tony rarely leaves his room at night. He always leaves a cup of water and milk at nightstand before bed. She would have to go to the kitchen. He would have passed Eva's room. She'd go into the bathroom. Else, she definitely should have heard his footsteps. There's only one other place where Tony and her mother alarm clock would be at the same time. It's something he normally does, but she can't think of a better explanation.
What a silly boy. Why did you go to the workshop? He should know better. He'll have bad dreams if he looks at Mom's paintings.
It would influence even adults' minds so terribly there's always a nurse on standby in her exhibitions, ready to tend the most exceptional visitors. The thought of what Tony might see there horrifies Eva. She remembers how Ashley tossed and turned unable to sleep after visiting her washer during a sleepover. How she had complained about her nightmares afterwards. If her brother sees those paintings, she'd be up all night to distract him from anxious thoughts. As for the next day, not even 2 stories big enough.
Tony, what's up with the radio silence?
No sound comes from the other side of the toy phone. Eva doesn't like when Mom scolds her, and she likes it when even less when the other being scolded is Tony. And her brother is 110% going to be punished for going to Mom's workshop without permission. Eva creeps into the home and peers around carefully. Only now she does notice the string leads towards the attic entryway. It's hard to discern on the first try, as it's lying right in line with the baseboard. Eva timidly passes her parents' bedroom, exits the stairs leading to the second floor. Even there, a few of her mom's paintings, unpleasant look and dim light, are hung on the walls. Eva is used to them, but Tony still rushes past the hall, sometimes shutting side to side. Their father has been planning to take them down, move them somewhere else, but doesn't want to upset his wife. He has no idea how to bring it up. So the image of a woman pressing her palms to her face, still staring in the corridor with wide eyes. A black silhouette footed to the left side of the stairs. Eva presses the cup on her lips and whispers,
Tony, go downstairs while Mom's in the kitchen. I am coming up, but if Mom catches us both, I'll get in trouble first, and I'll have every right to be mad at you, Tony. Who knows? Maybe you won't be getting an ice cream this weekend.
She smiles and walks upstairs. She'll have to stay angry at her little brother. All of the stairs have slinkies of colors. Tony's always playing with them on the stairs, racing them and setting up like they're contestants. Rabbit Mo, a Stitch Up Bear, named Pig, Bear named Pig, Bamber Pig, and shapeless stuffed owl Eva bought at an autumn's fair. Whichever sneaky wins best at night on top of his bed is the right word. But Tony usually carefully cleans after himself every night, puts his slinkies back in his sling boxes. The mess left tonight is completely inexplicable. He's in the stairs. The phone string slays through the gap under the door at the top. Eva switches on the light. A twisted light fixture flashes on. Illuminating the workshop's door and a sign hung of it. Description. Keep out. No see. Words are written in an extremely beautiful script. Her mother's handwriting. A funny sketch on a three-headed dog guards the door. Eva painted that hellhound 2 years ago when she was in Greek mythology. Cerberus, right? No, that's Cerberus, not hellhound. Her mother was delighted her daughter liked painting too, but it was Eva's last drawing. The door opens with ease, then Eva's short, narrow hallway. Her mother was usually scolding kids to come into the permission. Eva had a rare chance to see their new failed works. But it's the kind of rule Eva tends to break. The older she gets, the less she cares about her mom's paintings. It isn't the framed nightmare she wants to see, but the person who creates them. The paintings make a lasting impression on everyone. Some are enchanting, others are frightening. Mom mostly paints people, or to be precise, their emotions. Eva prefers paintings of fairies, magic and fantasies, or ordinary photographs. I prefer dragons. And maybe Asian women. Forget it. At least that kind of art doesn't make Eva wonder why an orphan who just been taken by a family is crying amid the interrupting parents' shared joy. What the hell? Is that kind of art doesn't make Eva wonder why an orphan who is just being taken in by a family is crying amid after his parents' shared joy? Or why a wife of a lucky worker is sad when a queen's considered a summon lottery? In a breath, Eva heads deeper in the workshop. The darkness thickens. It feels less sticky, like sweet jelly. With every moment that passes, it feels more thick than the skin, decorating his hair, staining clouds and patches. The light switch is right next to the painting depicting hunger. She reaches for a switch, but thinks about touching the cold, sallow skin of dying girl in the picture. Well, a self-portrait of her mom looks more like a shriveled up corpse than herself. Readers back as she is about to sink her loose teeth in Eva's fingers. Lamp flickers frantically, choked by darkness. Dad promised to fix the wire a month ago, but so far he only opened the breaker panel.
Perfect timing.
Sucks to be you, I guess. Eva must have loud just to hear the reassuring sound of her own voice and attract Tony's attention. Though her brother is naughty, sometimes he hides and waits for someone to find him, but only ever in his bedroom or Eva's.
Why in the world did he go to the workshop this late?
What the hell? Eva begins to coil the string around her hand. I hope it's just dumb prank or still childish game and shields from her darkest thoughts. Yet, everything feels strange, wrong. It's not like she used to. She wants the game to end with a stupid cry of boo from around the corner.
Tony must have hidden behind some old canvases or the curtain. There's nowhere else to hide in here, so finding him will be a piece of cake.
I do like how optimistic she sounds. Darkness, she chooses one of the paintings.
Damn it!
Wait, what? Did I mess up? Ah, never mind.
Damn it!
We're coming here on knees. People realize she's angry. A Tony, a dad, a mom, the house, a wretched workshop where you can't even take a single step. You're tripping some nightmare. It's like the frames, the roll of canvases, and the stools are throwing themselves at their feet on purpose. In the void, depicts a broken woman who lost her baby in childbirth. Her heartbroken mother has sunk to the floor, rubbing her arms around her stomach. A pool of blood spraying beneath her. That's dark. Such works are especially successful at exhibits. Once her mother even took her art as part of a show in Indianapolis. Apparently that's why she's been painting more and more. The sadness and pain and tragedy of another person resonates most with her audience. Those people are sick fucks or sick people, you know? Why would you enjoy pain? The nameless, unfinished work. A happy woman is carrying a puppy wrapped in sheets. The old fisherman is a slate old man on the pier. Look closely, you can see that he has neither fishing rods nor other gear, on a single knife. The water around the old man's feet, the rest of the lake, has a crimson hue. That's a lot of blood. The fish have fed his family for years. Maybe decided to return the favor? Suddenly, Eva realizes there's something wrong with the paintings. The mother usually paints people's features and facial expressions, intricate detail to convey the most valuable acts of their art, emotions. But now the paintings are a mess of paints their faces, has been ruined by smearing them with wet paints.
Tony, you better come out. This isn't funny. Both of us are gonna get punished if Mom...
Drink goes around Eva's hand and tightens.
That's better. Now to see where it leads.
Eva slowly paces through the workshop, feeling a pervasive blackness on her skin. Nameless, unfinished, spoiled paintings stare from covers, wall hooks, and slopping shelves like abandoned children. Somehow, disfigured faces are visible even in the gloom, as the moms had added photos to the painting. Seeing those flickering insulate creeps Eva out. The fear crawls under her skin like hundreds of insects. He bites in her bones with his icy teeth and sucks out the heat. For a split second, flashlighting illuminates the room. Eva falls on the floor in shock. But she sees advice in logical explanation. The string, with better intention, is directed to a thick, darkness blending gilded frame, like a pool of dark water surrounding the toy. Why is it not painting? The easel stands in the very center of the room, though Eva could swear it wasn't there a moment ago. It feels like there's the finished paintings on the shelves close to me. The painted figures patiently staring at her. That's a really weird picture you got there. The string twitches and screams in her grip, becoming hard to hold for a second, even stronger to breathe. Fear flows her body, turning around to the lips and turning her thoughts. As if the crazy eyes looks deeply into the inky black painting. Instantly, a wave of cold air washes over her, as braille tray droplets hit her face. A bitter, biting wind blows through the bottomless canvas, its gusts carrying an icy drizzle. The painting absorbs the light cast from the window. Eva stares in horror at her hands, the ill-fated string cuts into it. For a second, she's trying to get rid of it, to chop it with a knife. But this is the last thread connected her to Tony. She dares not to approach the painting. Thus of her as a sticky fears bottle of her mind. Stay. Eva gently pushes the cup. From inside the painting, someone or something pulls the string, frankly response. Deep hell, the fastest before a dumb thread. Despair saturates every moment. Once she promises to protect Tony for any danger, feel imaginary. Until tonight, seeing her broken the vow, and Tony promised never to let anything happen to Eva either once she grows up. Though she can't see or hear him, her thoughts reach out to him with the happiest moments together. Warm memories of Tony's childhood pops in her head, shielding Eva from impending madness. The static father announces she's going to have a little brother. Eva thoroughly prepares for his appearance, arranging bouquets of wild flowers, got a carver of stars and rabbits. Before going to bed, she dreams how they rewatch the never-ending story together. Oh man, that was such a good movie. The baby arriving in joyful bride as for a fairy tale world. He laughs in his cradle, looking at his sister. He sticks his hand out and grabs Eva, his tiny palm clutching his fingers surprisingly tight. Playing together among loose snowflakes magically driven on Christmas Eve. Tony tires quickly and causally falls, his blue boots lifted to the sky. He whimpers, but Eva picks him up and carries him on his shoulders. He laughs and hugs her warm palms. I love snow. Now, with the nightmare that spreads the great home, Eva silently begs Tony to grasp the string as stylist used to squeeze her finger and never let go. In return, she serves to give him 100 slinkies of every color of the rainbow, mountains of lollipops, plus a cotton candy, which wants for keeps him eating. Anything that keeps Tony's fingers tight. Tony even jacks the string. The painting replies by another gust of icy wind, starting whistle that covers the workshop floor with dirty marks. And it's not water, but paint. The droplets fly by all directions, staining the neighbor's paintings and sketches. When a few splashes in the canvas, the painting comes to life and begins to change. The young and old man Young and old, man, woman, all frozen in many poses, are losing natural appearance. Her arms grow longer, new joints contour their fingers, the legs bend in wrong direction, as if were locusts at their faces. What was a shapeless mess of moments ago is now more of mutilated features. They look like careless sketches, distorted emotions Eva's modern to depict, revealing them from another, previously visible angle. Eva tugs the string hard. She puts everything into her. Desperation, love, and fury, and nightmares swallowing her home into the bubbly depth. Take this, my love, my anger, on my sorrow, shining finger. No, don't do that. That's for G Gundam. Whatever looks on her side of the canvas, it won't take the baby brother. She always has forgotten him, always saying her nightmares. And she's not about to let anyone hurt him now. No matter what monsters, real or unreal, come crawling out. And her mother's collection of black furs surrenders. Bigger people of paintings curiously observe what's happening, perhaps even delighting in the struggle. But Eva's afraid of what she looks back, she loses her mind. Take one step forward, then another. The overwhelming wind gusts make her sway, dousing her in pungent stench of paints and solvents. It knocks the wind out of her. Her heart almost stops, giving a few beats before hammering against her chest once again. Her shirt soaking wet, growing tight and comfortable. Sweat pours out her face and freezes her cheeks. But Eva doesn't listen to her inner voice. Slowly, as she's stuck in the resin, she waits through the conjured air towards the paint in the gilded frame. The string in her finger to its sticky vicious, soaking closing fluid. Pull. Something heavy attached to the opposite end slips across the floor. Eva's mind wells and begs her to turn away. I run. She hears from the door, but she just can't. The mysterious catches inches closer. Her fingers touch something soft. Translucent substance in her hands. Hair. Assembly smeared in scarlet. A coat of stunning rich red begins to spread across the floor. It's almost flaming in the dark. Eva collapses her knees and wraps her head around the decapitated head of her kindest, most innocent humans ever known. A toy phone strings around her, hangs down, hooking her crevices and vertebrae. It looks like someone has ripped her head off his body, easily tearing a cap of what? I cannot read that. I don't mind the horror, I just cannot read that. But his eyes are as cloudy, as empty as a fish. His mouth is a frozen death whale. Black blood oozes from his nostrils. It's a magical, cruel, unfair. No one can be so brutal unless something like this happened. Not even the stories. Not with Tony. Not with your brave brother. He sways, feeling neither cold nor droplets twisting out of paint in the gilded frame. Wait, how can you use that? Professor guesses that the painting that's sitting from the middle of the studio is craning to his head would look great in the modern's new collection. Written in pain, fear and tears, people will be glad to buy it, showing their artistic praise. They rapturely stare at Eva's lips, contoured in grief, her eyes wet with tears, her narrow finger frozen in Tommy's mutilated flesh. They would admire her expression, wrapped with torment and tension, so great that she felt like a weary old woman trapped in a child's body. The horror that thought evokes its sobering.
I can't just sit back and wait for another terrible thing to happen so that I won't be able to change or forget it. I have to get away, run, save myself and her parents.
From what? Any of the heroes that inspired Eva so much had tough challenges. It was impossible to defeat horrors or creep monsters. This game is serious trap or cheat death. But if you don't retreat or give up, you make progress towards your goal, no one can. A flash of light fills a room, followed by a shot and thunderclap. Reality is a lot different from fiction stories, no matter how good or full of morals they are. And the fear is different too. You're supposed to hide from it by simply closing the book, turning the TV off. The paintings come to life. Characters liberate themselves from the captivity of the canvases and the frames. The paint transforms into skin and flesh. The subjects looks almost like people. All except for distorted proportions, some even becoming more deformed. But the worst part is the finished paintings and the habits still capable of moving, They grow up, jump like toads, hop forward on stick straight legs. They like heads and limbs, their straight sketches turn into awful wounds, bloodless and dry. Barely moving, Eva takes one last look at her brother's head. It's real.
I'm sorry. My little boy. I can't see with you anymore. I'm so sorry.
You can't take the head as evidence, you know? Eva drops the head. Don't drop the head! And so he gets to their feet. The painted gilded frame now reaches all the way to the ceiling. The wind and splashes in thick blackness have ceased sloshing out of it. Instead, brushed strokes starts materializing amidst an inky, imperceptible ease. Crimson and grey, a little white, green, a bucket of red. Eva steps back. She decided who will be queen in this painting.
Don't you dare. Whoever you are, don't you dare.
An invisible artist, unstoppable, reaches its power. To them, even her lucky brother's lives are more worthless than all paint. He will finish it. Wipe the brush clean and forget all about the miserable siblings. Oh! There's the body! Also, give me a second. I'm getting something to drink. Give me a second. That's a clean cut. Dead Tony in the middle of the workshop. But he's the center. It's missing the detail. Next to him, there's no space for one 14-year-old girl. Maybe see you morning. Maybe see a bloated corpse. Able to skate the workshop alive. I mean, oh hello there. There's a last strong rise. The speaker body turns to Eva. She can't see their faces or eyes, but she knows they're looking at her. Bodies lurch forward to her to bury her forever in the coffin that canvases the paints. Eva shrieks so loudly and cries should wake not only her parents but the neighbors as well. But the house only answers in silence. The girl rushes to the workshop door, but it's jammed shut and the handle won't budge. Shadows still closer. They make a sound from her periphery. Eva can see the revolting crowd of revived characters. They don't rush. They know Eva has nowhere to run. Now it's their home, their exhibit, and sooner or later, their magnum opus will be complete. The door surrenders and slams into the wall behind it. Eva flies downstairs, pauses in the hall, sucking a deep breath. The warning highs ripples a bit away, absorbed by television static.
Daddy! Daddy!
Dream sinks in emptiness of the house, like a stone fell in a deep well. No echo, no response to me, a ripple. Only a deadly silence.
Help me, Dad!
The walls devour every word.
Dad's sleeping too deep. Otherwise, he'd definitely hear me. And Mom, she must have fallen asleep by the coffee pot.
Eva clenches her fist helplessly. There's time, but nothing is enough to wake her parents. And I thought being embraced by the very arms that painted all those horrors makes her stomach churn. Eva suspects her brother is gifted with some kind of supernatural power that cannot teach people to dumb paths, to where nightmares live, where only prophets and ancient witches dare tread. Your imagination is very vivid, my lady. An hour earlier, she would never have believed it, but after what she's witnessed in the workshop, the inspiration, her mother found something forbidden and left it loose. Eva can't convince herself it was an accident.
Mom must be in the kitchen. Otherwise, I would have already run into her here or in the workshop. I'll have to wake her up first, and then together we can...
Something chatters on the stairs. It's in their prey escaping, human-like beasts speed up. The first is crawling downstairs, leaning against a wall with hacked-off limbs. no, there's more. One glimpse of that monstrosity enough to forget exhaustion, pain, panting, or headache. He rushes forward towards the parents' bedroom. In the dimness, he strips all but smashes her nose. But the pain all is the least make sense. Like she did at watching horror movies or keeping cartoons as a child. She rushes through the dark hall in her parents' room. Nowhere in the world was safer than their bed. Laughing, her father would build a constant pillow for her that she could hide from any ghost appears. Dad was always there for them. He did as much as he could until she worked the works on him all. Even Ashley wanted a treehouse. Dad never asked why. She just needed to know what they wanted to look like and where to break the boards. The kids wanted to go on a trip to the farm by the lake. He held them back, bought them snacks, and reminded them to stay away from the water. Even gave Brian a homemade baseball bat and a knowing wink. Dad never lied to her, let her down. She was being able to count on him.
Dad's here somewhere. He's strong. Protect me. He'll fight them off.
How does it matter? She wants to snuggle up someone close, warm and alive, someone without that otherworldly stench.
Daddy? He must be somewhere here. Even if Mom's still sitting in the kitchen, he's definitely catching disease now because he gets up for work at 5 a.m. Dad? Where are you?
Eva grabs the bed and pulls herself up. But in her haste, she's forgotten that the workshop is not the only place her mother hangs up her paintings. The bedroom is decorated with luxurious canvases of some Central European weirdo once ordered, even partially paid off. As a kid, whenever I was slightly interested in her art, she used to love sitting in her dad's armchair and gazing at that painting. In it, her circular family competing in the sophistication of their wigs and the brightness of her makeup are gathered at a long table, ready to eat. Supposed to, anyway. But her mom viewed the feast a little differently. The man and woman still sit glooming at an empty table. A huge plate lies before them, devoid of anything but a handful of wheat spattered with blood. Big picture window in the background reveals a view of scorched fields, the blackened remains of burned houses, and the peasants' broken mills. Eva didn't really know what the client was looking for, but he has certainly been unhappy with the way her mother had depicted his family. That's why the picture has more insulting details now, like a servant wheeling like a log fight off a pair of fat rats. Compared to their mother's other works, Eva likes this one, but today, Dagna canvases her father's legs, fluttering in a pathetic attempt to escape captivity. Lunging forward, Eva grabs her father's shins, but a split second of hesitation is enough for her painting complete swallow of a strong man. The painting too hasty, it mutates. The aristocrat's face shining with delight. Oh! On the table, not just a seared, shrouded in bacon crust, lies Eva's father, who fit perfectly on their own plate. Well, that's kinda morbid. Also, that's a fast-acting painting. What is it, Super Mario 64? The head of the family is sharpening a knife, and the guests leer in cannibalistic feast, clutching the twisted forest with slumped fingers. Even the rats wait at their table, hoping to grab a scrap or two. The air is awash with sickening odor of paint solving the barbecue. Eva grimaces in terror. She wants to howl, roar, and go for help, but she only spit out unintelligible sounds, like a sheep trying to bleed after his throat is slashed open. That's awfully, that is awfully precise. Every precious to her is disappeared like a damn nightmare. Her brothers laugh. Weekend walks with mom and dad. The comfortable home requires devoted years of grading. The paintings have taken all that away. But what happened to them? What bloody backwards has the mother of talent led her to? After all, she's painted them. She put a piece of her soul in each of them, and she liked telling her audience at exhibitions.
What kind of soul does she really have?
The idea hurts. Worse yet, Eva doesn't even want to see her mother anymore. She can't bring herself to run to the kitchen to tell her what happened. Makes no sense. Her mother made her choice. That choice killed Dad and Tony, and Eva doesn't escape until someone she with next. She has to, even if people think she's crazy. She doesn't care.
Mom wants to live in a world of madness and cruelty. There's no saving her. You chose the company of your paintings. You love them harder than your own kids. So stay with them. Forever.
Man, you're really sad.
Front door. Now.
The keys always hang in the decorated key holder the father make it work. It's a sad replica of their house, with the love and attention to every detail. But now the keys are nowhere to be found. They were not the dressing room shelves, the phone table, or the rug. Desperate, Eva kicks the damn door, the last barrier between life and death. The door feels like a solid brick wall. Dad pushed much time and effort to make it strong and sturdy to protect his family from anything outside. You could imagine that real danger would come from within. Now, that very same door is sealing Eva's inside the house of nightmares.
No, no! We're gonna get out of here!
The window! He looks around helplessly, searching for another escape route, so the case lands at the most useless thing in the house. The dog door. Eva House's dream to having as many pets as possible. Man sees her sees his parrot's death and all the tears shed for him, the parents having afraid to bring new pets home. But last year, after Eva ranked among the top 5 students in her class, instead of giving her a gift, the father cut out his pet door, and hid that soon.
Tony always gets in and out easily when he's pretending to be a dog. If he can do it, I can too.
Are you sure? Eva drops to her knees and crosses the door. Sarah squeezes her whole body in, but she puts her right hand through the pushes her legs.
Just a minute farther now.
The smell of rain-soaked soil and pavement hits her nose. The rain releases lashes out against the porch and roofs the car parked in the garage, gathering in the murky torrents of gutters. The air feels damp and clean. No trace of workshop suffocating the stench. Even the night seems surprisingly bright. Paintings and painted monsters have no place outside. If they follow her, surely they would finish them off, silver them and smash them against the pavement. There's no more than a foot away from salvation, where feet she gets about touch. Something wet, sticky and hot, warms her waist and wrist. The air fills the squirting smell of paint solvent, directly bloated by the reek of a large, sweaty body. The monster's grasp holds Eva firmly in place, liberating her to move so much an inch forward. Thanks to her half-open dog door and spins around. At the brightness of the street light, she faces the formless darkness. If her eyes, the darkness tears to pieces. She'd rather go blind than see the slimer come to life. The hallway resembles a black hole, hollowed up by a massive larva inside. Something heavy whistles and trudges closer until, finally, Eva discerns the horrifying figure. After that, his fat body trembled in the darkness. It's hard to guess what this creature used to be. Now it's seemingly swollen. The chef's apron covering his stomach is all about but bursting. Narrow rounds sprout from patty flesh on his back. Like a toad, the bulbous mouth spills out a long tongue, which goes around Eva's wrist. What a massive mouth you have! Then a strange sob. Eva tries to free her hand, but the tongue won't let go. She bites her skin, sucking the whole horrible gnawing sound. The fat monster starts to bruise lustfully.
Get your hands off me, feet!
Yes! Use your nails! Eva adjusts her hand again. For a moment, she sees that the monster's grip has loosened. Her muscles ache for the strain, and fingers hurt as she keeps fighting. Let's get ready. Monster's tongue seems like it's about to slip away, clamps over her skin even harder. Wait a minute. Controls? Oh, wait. It's because I have this. Wait, hold up. I didn't know I had control in me. I didn't know how to control in me. Okay, can I skip forward? I didn't know I had control. I made my choice. I made my choice. I made my choice. I didn't know. Okay, so I have my controller plugged in, so that's why I had like commands to basically press buttons. I didn't realize I had to do that. I forgot my controller was plugged in. It's like, oh, right. Why did you show me? Why did you show me this?
I'm sorry.
I forgot I had to do that. The reading. Man, I skipped to a lot. Push it harder, harder, harder. Run away, lady. Run away, lady. Your mom really does like horrifying pictures, my god.
Dad, he's dead?
And dad is dead. Bon appetit, I suppose. Toasty! Alright, there we go. I didn't know I had the controller plugged in. There you go. Okay, I had to get ready. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. I pressed it wrong. Hold up. Hey. Just wait. Okay. Run away. Get back to the pet door. Written like a snake. Okay. I have a controller with me. And slides outdoors. The beast tongue flies out of the mouth again. This time, it hits a door. The monster howls and flutters and helps with rage. But Eva can't see it here anymore. The shelter several nightmares, a place he once belonged. The world is such a static noise where her eyes blur him. Oh, it was just. Or later, he was back in the shed, staring at a written screen. It was just a dream, lady. You good? You want some cookies? Oh. That was definitely real for you, huh? Wait, that's it? Wait, that's just it? Hold up, I'm kinda disappointed. I'm kinda disappointed. But they actually got voice actors for this. I'm kinda appreciate that. Okay, compared to Little Bunny, Little Bunny was longer. It kind of felt much more intrigued, but this feels alright. Is there more? I don't know if there's more. Like, is there other paths with other kids? I was expecting more. Do I want to check the other paths? I'm curious though. Yeah, I'm curious to know what is also there. Oh my god, please. Is there a fast forward option? There is no fast forward option. I'm gonna sit. I have to sit for the. I have to see the credits, right? What was it all about? Like a curse, like a film or something? Like, there's so many mysteries to this. Like, who left that? Was it just like a haunted videotape or something? Inugami Ursa? What kind of name is that? Oh, that's right. These are backers. So, thoughts about this? Well, I'm disappointed it's short. I kind of liked it. I stayed till the end, and yeah, I did like this intro. Like it just gave me like a very 80s 90s vibe. I kind of like the kids. I like the arcade part. Like, what happened if I just want to know what happens if you choose another path. Is there something else? Like, I feel like I just chose something that is like a really, really fast ending. And what is saying to be continued? Is there maybe something else? Is the game not finished yet? How long are these how long is these credits? No, seriously, how long are these credits? My god. Please, I want the credits to end. Why do you make it so long? Wait, does it loop around? Oh my god. Can I speed read? Is there anything to actually like make this faster? Is that all though? Like, is there anything beyond that point? I don't know how much there is to find. Like, is there something else? I don't think there's more, right? I mean, it could be more. It feels that there's more. It feels there's more, but I don't know what I'm missing. Did I take the wrong path or something? I think I took the wrong path, or is this the right path?
It's not actually. Next.
I don't know, like, it just feels that there's something really missing.
Oh. No. You were such a giving.
I think that's it. Like, there's only a collection of like short stories, I guess. I mean, it's enjoyable, but I was expecting something. I was expecting more acts. I think I was teased by Little Bunny. Little Bunny had a lot of stuff to actually offer. That's weird. Oh well, doesn't matter. I did enjoy my time. And honestly, I think it's a good time to end. Wait, let me put my music. Let me put my theme song. It's not my theme song. It's more like a theme song. Something to listen to be silly about. Anyway, I'm just gonna call it here. I have a fun. But I just want to know. Yeah, there's nothing more to do, right? Just like stuff and all that. Yeah, there's nothing much to do. Oh well. I enjoy my time. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like more developed, but it's said to be continued. I don't know if there's gonna be more or not, but for now, that's gonna be all for today. I have fun. I'm gonna go eat now. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, God, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. I think I will either continue Final Fantasy or play Monster Hunter. Either one of the two. But for now, I'm gonna just hop off. Give me a second. let me just see where can I just leave you guys, or what I can just rate. Let me just check it out. This type of spooky stuff, I kind of like feel it's entertaining, more like scary. Some people don't cannot handle scary stuff. For me, it's like, oh, this is nice, because it is fascinating to see what other people are afraid of. I mean, it's not that I enjoy people being scared. It's just like I just find it a little bit fascinating. If that makes sense, that is. All right, let me just go here. This guy is playing something with his friends. I didn't want to say hi, but I also have to get ready to get some food. I don't want to just give him food, so yeah, bear with me. Anyway, be seeing you guys. I have a fun time. You guys take care out there, and I'll be seeing you around. Thank you so much. Bye bye.